Hi, happy Monday. This is Louisa with L Talks, associated with the World AFB News. You have myself, Louisa, and right next to me I have Roger Rodriguez.
Hello guys, how's everything going?
All right, well today, Roger, we have some things listed that we're going to talk about. So we're going to talk about the playoffs because this playoff that just happened, some of the games was just, I don't even know what's going on. We're going to look into today's month, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. And then we're going to look into some interesting facts. Are you ready to kick it off, Roger?
Yes, ma'am. Let's do it.
All right. Oh, but real quick, I wanted to do another shout out to one of our listeners. Do you know who it is?
I don't. Is it a new one?
It's our mom.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to say thanks, Mom, for, supporting us and listening to L Talks. Really appreciate it.
Oh, yes. Yes, I and she does. So thank you for that.
But also thank you to all of our other listeners as well. We really appreciate you. But okay, let's go ahead and get this kicked off, Roger. Tell us about the playoffs.
Alrighty. So a lot of things happened this last week. We had the LFA and FEFA play for who's going to play in their finals. So let me bring up the LFA real quick. And to my surprise, I talked about them in the playoff point. I didn't expect the Dinos to lose. And if you watch that game, it was insane. I will have highlights for you on the playoff point because that's something you need to see. They were up 20-7 in halftime and they lost 20-27, Louisa. It was insane.
I'm gonna have to get rid of my dinosaur tattoo. I'm just really upset right now.
That's horrible. That's right. No, I mean, they had a really good season, and it's crazy to say, but I mean, watching the NFL play, which they're gonna start soon, so be on the lookout for that. But seeing them play, usually the top person that is usually like undefeated or wins, typically don't win. That only happened once. So it's not it's not common to see the top player get kicked out in playoffs. So sorry, Dinos, it was a good run, but the Giles are now taking their place. But then for the next game to see who they're going to be playing, the Raptors and Fundadores. I said I think the Raptors were the ones to win, but the Fundadores are actually second place. So the Fundadores won 30-27, really good game. And now playing in the Mexico Bowl, number 5 is going to be the Giles and the Fundadores. Louisa, who do you think is going to win that? I'll give you the first ever deciding pick. Maybe you are right. Get some little magician act in there. Who do you think is going to win?
I feel like the Giles is going to put up a tough fight, and I want them to win. But I feel like the Fundadores is going to win.
Okay, so you're going to root for the Fundadores.
No, I'm rooting for the Giles.
You're rooting for the Giles,
yes.
But you think the Fundadores is going to win.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Let's look into what's going on in Spain. So, remember I told you their cookies are good?
Yes.
I looked it up. Their cookies are good.
Okay.
All right. But that wasn't what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to look into last year's winners, which were the Dracs.
Uh-huh.
And I believe this year they are kicked out of the playoffs.
Yes, they are. They lost. And, I mean, they lost, I don't want to say pretty bad, but they got beat pretty bad by the Bears. It was 39-7. Dracs are out. So, last year's winners aren't in. And then we got the Rookies and Black Demons. And Black Demons are going in. I mean, the first time I think we see Rookies playing, I think they were in a different league, which they got bumped up to this one. I could be wrong. I'm not certain. But it was 14-37. So for the FEFA's final, the Spanish Bowl, and I believe it's the Spanish Bowl number 28. It is going to be the Bears going up against the Black Demons. Louisa, out of these two teams, who do you think is going to take it all?
Well, if you look at those scores, the Black Demons got 37 and the Bears got 39. So I feel like it's they're kind of the same.
Mm-hmm.
Black Demons sounds a little too scary, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Bears.
Well, I will say this, the Bears are 8-0. They have not lost. So if they can win, they will pull the undefeated streak alive. And if the Black Demons win, they will take out the Bears for the not the first time, but the first time in this season. So it's going to be insane. The Bears have a reputation. Black Demons are just trying to pick it up.
Wow, this kind of reminds me of the movie Remember the Titans. You know how they win on an all streak winning, no losing. So I really hope that the Bears win.
Well, one thing's for sure, Luisa, it's going to be a good one. But now on to the next topic. What is that going to be?
Well, this month, Roger, is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I feel that mental health, well, first, we got to break the stigma when it comes to mental health. Because we associate mental health with the words being weak. And you're not strong enough. And you're not good enough. And so with these players, we not only face these harsh words of being weak and not good enough, but also being manly and having to put that persona that because we are football players, we are not able to show any type of emotion. And so this can lead to depression, stress, anxiety. It can lead to many other types of disorders that if you do not treat them, then they can also get worse as time goes by. So looking into mental health awareness, it is as important as your physical health. As the football players take care of their physical health, eating right, working out, getting enough sleep, we also have to be mindful that our mental health is just as important. Maybe seeing a therapist, maybe talking about how they feel, the stressors that come with being a football player, talking about how their families are doing because our football players are out, they're working hard, they're working 2-a-days, they don't get to see their family as much as they like. Their support system is there, but they don't get to see their support system as much as they would like. And so I would recommend going into APA, which is the American Psychological Association. There is an article. It's called A New NFL Playbook Enhancing Mental Health. And it might be, it might be here in like an article here in America, but the information provided applies to all football players all around the world. And what it looks into is how to identify and support our players who may be struggling with these types of disorders.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, mental health I know we just talk about strictly American football, but in general, for me being the mental health awareness is very important for everybody to just have a friendly hand out there if you need one. So yeah, definitely for this year in L Talks, for May, we'll just be talking a little bit about mental health, and then from there on talk about what else is the next upcoming month. So definitely I think that'd be something to look into.
Yeah, and I would recommend, not just for our football players, but for everyone on and off the field is what we call it, to look into it. Are you practicing your self-care? Are you taking care of your mental health? Because when you are sick, you go see a doctor. But typically we don't do that when we are stressed out, feeling overwhelmed, feeling depressed, feeling anxious. And so we have to just break that stigma and also put our mental health, put ourselves as a priority, because it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to put yourself first.
Nope, very much. All right, Luisa, I think we're getting closing into the end of L Talks, but we got one more to talk about, and it was just a little bit of trivia, right?
Yes, we're going to look into some interesting facts.
Alrighty, so what we're going to be looking at right now, it's just talking about American football's speed. Now, of course, in every athletic career, you run the 40-yard dash, or sometimes when you're on the field, you get clocked to see how many miles per hour you can run. And so I was just thinking about, you know what, let's talk about some American football speed to give you some more information on exactly how fast are these people running. So I don't have a lot of information around the world. I just have what I know, and that's the NFL. Basically, NFL is more of a baseline that I use and kind of compare it with around the world. So I know that typically ball carriers in the NFL typically can run up to top speeds of 22.81 to 22.64 miles per hour. Now, what do you think about that?
I think that is absolutely fast.
That's crazy fast.
Yeah.
I mean, just to think about what these players are wearing, I mean, like to helmets, to shoulder pads, and people are trying to tackle them, and that's their top speed. That's insane.
I didn't even think about like all the equipment that they're wearing, and then the heat that they have to face too.
Yeah. So I know some people might say, "Oh, 22 miles per hour." I mean, that doesn't sound like a lot. So to put that in perspective, I thought, why don't we bring animals into the picture?
I love animals.
So we have, just to throw, the fastest land animal that there is a cheetah. Can run 75 miles per hour. So typically, not the fastest American football player is about 22. Actually, I think 23 point something miles per hour is literally 1/3 of a cheetah. That's how fast they're running. And just to give you two more animals, just to kind of put a retrospect of how fast these players are going, a lion can run 50 miles per hour. So basically, they're running almost half the speed of a lion. Literally, that's that guy chasing you at night, running after you.
I wonder if our football players would run faster if Michael Myers was chasing them.
You know, that's a good idea. You know, they probably run as fast as Michael Myers. All right, here we go. We'll give you one more, and this one's just pretty cool, just for kind of seeing it. But a leatherback sea turtle. Now, I don't know if this is in the water or not, because if this is on land, this is insane. But its top speed is 25 miles per hour.
So our players are the fastest runner is running just as fast as this leatherback sea turtle.
Yeah, probably in water, because I'm more than sure sea turtles are slow, but I'm hoping. I mean, that's a fast turtle. If he's running on land.
I don't think they're slow. Well, I have a bulldog, Roger, and my bulldog runs extremely fast.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes I will go out and run with them. So does that mean I run extremely fast or I run extremely slow if they're faster than me?
Well, I mean, that's a good question. I don't want to put you on blast, but I mean, maybe you can use that as a training activity for your diet upcoming, because we talked about some diet lately.
You're absolutely right. Got to stay away from the Whataburger.
Got to stay from the Whataburger.
But thank you so much for joining in L Talks. That is it for the day. We hope that you enjoyed these last fun facts or interesting facts that we had. Do you have anything else that you want to add, Roger?
One thing is just be on the lookout for these playoffs that are coming up, guys. I mean, we do this just to kind of put the idea that American football isn't just in the United States, it's around the world. And the only way for it to get popularized is by knowing that other countries out there are also playing it as well. So just trying to get a look out to see what they do and how they play it, and give us some encouragement for them, because I mean, everyone has to start somewhere, and some of these leagues that we've been watching have started basically from the ground up, to dirt nothing, to some leagues that are already transitioning to possible D1 players that could be playing. So just be on the lookout, watch them, give them some love.
Yeah, and our listeners, if you do have any suggestions that you would like to hear us talk about when it comes to football, please drop it down in the comments. We are open to anything. We're open to discussion. But for now, have a happy Monday. Thank you for joining in L Talks associated with the World AFB News. See you then. Bye.